from the Drunken Under Quarantine Show, presented to you by the Woolen Comedy Club. Here to remind you this is a very adult show featuring very adult subjects and very adult topics. If you're ready for a very adult evening, please get ready for the Drunken Under Quarantine Show Season 3. Remember, stay safe, stay drunk, stay underwhelming.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. I am, of course, Hickory, the Drunken Underwhelming. Welcome back to episode 4 of season 3 of the Drunken Under Quarantine Show, presented to you by the Woolen Comedy Club. We got Parrot on the couch. Island Boy is going to be running a little bit late. We got a whole lot to get into. Let's get it. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. It's, of course, episode 4, season 3, Drunken Under Quarantine Show, brought to you by the Woolen Comedy Club. And we got some stuff to get into tonight, like Vermont getting rid of its COVID dashboard. We got Walmart apologizing for their Juneteenth celebration ice cream. We'll talk about Pangea a little bit. And finally, we'll finish up, talk about the recent tragedy at the end. But we like to try to keep the show kind of light most of the time, so we figured we'd dig into that at the very end, maybe on the after show. But thank you guys for joining us. I am, of course, Hickory, the Drunken Underwhelming, and without further ado, welcoming to our spotlight stage a man that I very much love with every fiber of my being. I was glad to see him last Saturday, stoked to see him next Saturday at Hickory's Sideshow down at the Woolen Comedy Club, where there's going to be burlesque performances, and I tried to crop the flyer so it looked like burlesque performances by Katniss Everqueer, Jinjo Lolly, and GW Foley. Please welcome to our spotlight stage my man, my brother, my comrade. Welcome, Mr. GW Foley.
What is up, motherfuckers? It is Wednesday night, or at least I think it is. I got the alert on my phone. Let's do this shit. Let's fucking rock it. School update. I got my schedule for next week or next semester, and they want me to take a genders and media class, and I'm like, no, I don't want. That's a landmine. That is something that I don't want to step on because I don't want to lose a leg. I know I'm gonna have to take some sort of class like that, and I realize that, but I don't know. Let's wait, I guess. What I'm trying to say is, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Every fiber of my body says run away from things like that. And I listen to my body, obviously. Because my body goes, I want donuts, I give it donuts. It goes, I want a cigarette, I'll give it cigarettes. If it says I don't want to exercise, I don't exercise. I think it's worked out pretty well for me so far, and we're gonna see how that goes. We got the little one to go for a walk finally. Yeah, and he still didn't like it. He dragged his feet the entire way away from the house. And when he found out that we were going back towards the house, he was running. And it's something to see a 3-pound dog try to pull a 300-pound man up a hill. Like, it was like, if you ever seen like a Volkswagen Beetle try to tow something, like front end's lifting up, the back legs just kicking for all it's worth. He tried. He did good. And yeah, he's fucking being a dick right now. Like, I was laying on the couch trying to relax right before the show, So I had my eyes closed, sitting on the couch, and he came over and sat on my face. Like, what kind of dog does that? Like, just sits right on your, like, his cock was so close to my mouth I could have given him a blowjob. Like not that I would, and not that I condone that type of thing, but like it was so close I could taste it, and literally, and I can't stick my tongue out that far. So if that says anything of how close his penis was to my mouth, then he decided to lick up my nose, which is a weird feeling. Because he still has a little tongue. It's long, but it's little, so it can get into, nostril holes. Weirdest feeling ever. I don't appreciate it. It feels like he's licking the inside of my brain, getting into my cavities in my head. Not like the cavities in my teeth, but like the sinus cavities. Yeah. What else? I went to the doctor today, which is good because the cute doctor that is always with her, my last few visits, is gone. She's back away from school, and I felt comfortable. Like, I felt like I could be myself again. I didn't have to worry about some hot 20-year-old being like, "Oh, you're disgusting." I'd be like, "Yeah, I know. That's why I go to the doctor." Which I'm not sure that's what she's thinking, but I know if I saw me sitting there, the first words would have audibly been like, "Ew." That's just the type of person I am. And that's what I expect when I go to college and actually see college age people. Whenever I'm doing something, I'm gonna assume I walk into a place and all the pretty girls are gonna be like, "Ew." And some of the ugly ones too, especially the ugly ones. That one's gonna hurt more. What are you booing about? You look like Jabba the Hutt with neon green hair. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Some people like that type of thing. I'm not one. I'm more of a traditionalist. Surprise. I like my class of beauty, who has a big old dumper that I love smacking around. There's something great about being in a relationship where you can walk around and see your woman bend over and just know that you can go up and smack her ass. You can't do that with new relationships. That type of trust is earned. By the way, it used to be a lot worse. Every time she used to bend over, I used to try to butt fuck her. She did not like that. And I'm like, but you're presenting. that right there, that's you're Collen. So I have tamed down in my old age. I've gone from butt fucking to slapping. Every once in a while, I get a little greedy and do a credit card swipe. Drop some change in the change purse. My check engine light came on again. I don't know what it means. I'm too afraid to find out. No jokes, no witty punchline. I cried a little bit. I just did so much to you, and now you're doing this to me. Why? Aww. My car's like, fuck you, bitch. Fix me. Now I'll fix you. I'll blow you up in a fucking sand pit. I'm sorry, it was stolen, officer. I don't know who would steal a fucking 12-year-old car. It's a classic. Rough. Yeah. But that's kind of it for my time. I ain't got shit to talk about. I'm good. So let's turn it over to Kyle. Let's turn it over to Hickory.
Oh, what's going on, guys? It's nice to be here. Nick down in the comments. Nick, what's going on? He said, "What is people?" And then added up. So I'm assuming what is up, people. But what is people? I don't know. I guess that's I'm not a biologist, Nick. That's all I'm going to say. Great, fun show this weekend down with Maverick, GW. First time ever watching Top Gun start to finish. I feel like I've seen that movie 30 times, but it turns out I've never actually like sat down and watched it. I've just seen bits and segments over and over. And so it was good to do that. And yeah, it'll be good to be down at the club on Saturday with ladies, GW. Collen's going to be there. And we might have a surprise guest or two. Without further ado, I'm going to break out this here deck of cards. And I'm going to have Pear select one up. I'm going to riffle down through like that. Pear's going to say stop. And then I'll give him a choice. He can switch cards if he wants. But okay, you ready, Pear?
Yep. Stop.
Right there. You want that one? Or you like that one?
No, first one.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so we got a 10 of diamonds, and Pear, in classic Hickory fashion, I'm going to have you select a name. It wouldn't be fair if I signed your name, obviously. So a name, a place, a number combination, whatever you want, I can write on this card to prove that it was yours and it's something I wouldn't have thought of before the show.
Ralph.
Ralph.
You got it.
Cool. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is one. I actually thought it would be funny, G-Dubs, if I did the same trick I did last week. We just did this same trick for every guest for an entire year and see if anybody caught on. But no, it would be funny. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my my buddy here, and yeah, I'm gonna take Ralph, fold him up. Set the deck down, I suppose. And now that's going to act as Pear. So that's like a card sitting in between Pear's teeth, which is how I would do it if I was on the show. I'm going to take the next card down because it doesn't really matter. I got a 5 of clubs. And I'm going to sign that with my name, of course, because I'm a magician. And I love signing stuff. Got a Hickory TDAU on there. Sloppy as ever.
T-Dow.
T-Dow. And we took that. Folded up, stuck it in my teeth. Now me and Pear do like the locking eyes thing. Or have like this romantic moment. And then just to make sure, that didn't work out nearly as planned. Oh man, that went way under the desk. Oh, come on, Skull. You were supposed to be the save on this one, damn it. Okay. I gotta keep that one up to make sure there's no funny business while I reach down for this one. It's still on camera. Okay. Okay, you're gonna hold it this time. Maybe it was the Santa. No. Okay. So now Pear's got it locked down pretty good. We're gonna do like the locking eyes thing. And what I'm gonna do is take mine out. And show you that the card I signed and stuck between my teeth is in fact the one signed Ralph. And the one in between, god damn it. Skull, you were not as good a prop master. You were supposed to be. Really failed here. But the one between Skull's teeth is the 5 of clubs.
Very nice.
TDAU. Thank you guys. Sorry that didn't go as smoothly. I was really hoping it was.
I can't believe he tried swallowing it.
He did. He was like, I'm I'm kind of in love with this card right now. I want it to be a part of me. I need this card deep inside me. Maybe too much for the early show. I don't know. But without further ado, welcoming to the spotlight stage a good friend of mine, a man that I absolutely adore chatting with when we get to chat, and a man who's been through a lot. Last time we talked to him was the great cream cheese shortage just before Thanksgiving, I do believe. And so we'll have to do some catching up. But first, let him on the stage. Hickory, what the hell are you doing? So without further ado, welcoming to the spotlight stage, our guest, our buddy, our friend, Mr. Per Courtney. Per, welcome.
Howdy. How you doing?
Good, sir.
Good.
Yeah. So, I mean, actually, to pick up on the cream cheese, the cream cheese tail and the other fish tails of current times, I managed to, at that point, snag about 1,000 pounds of cream cheese and got that stashed in my walk-in that had sell-by dates for this coming November, so I was good on that. But business has been good enough where I ran out last week. So
Wow.
I went on the search again, and I spoke to some friends who are in the restaurant business, a totally different business, but they needed cream cheese. They said it's terrible right now. It took me a 1-hour search, and I found a bunch. And I heard the price was really high. The price is 20% lower than it was during the winter. So,
wow.
That said, I made out well on the cream cheese end of things, but have learned since that there really is a problem right now. I happened to call the right person on the right day, and it appeared there was nothing wrong. Actually, everybody else is having a problem. I just sort of lucked out. I lucked out in that like 1 10-minute span of I better give a call and see if it's going to work, and it was totally fine. So I'm set on cream cheese again for a few months. In the fish business, I think I told you guys 2 times ago, at the beginning of COVID, the world thought fish all came from China, and there was nobody wanting to buy fish. They thought fish had COVID. It was bizarre. And gradually that came back, but fish was really cheap for a while. But then what happened is because I use a lot of farm fish, all the fish farms did not do restocking, not just in finfish, but oysters, scallops, many things weren't getting seeded because sales went down so low. Nobody did a next generation. Suddenly in the last 3 months, fish has gone through the roof. Yeah, big time, like 27% in 3 weeks. And it's maybe plateaued, but it's tough to say. So that's the new challenge, but it's always a challenge in business. But the fish business has been a weird one for the last 2 years, I have to say. I've been in the fish business like since I was a kid. My dad was a commercial fisherman. This is the weirdest I've seen fish, just in general. It's been all over the place one way or the other. So, but business is good. No complaints there. Lots of new customers, and it's fun. I mean, I have to say I couldn't be more grateful that 2.5, a little over 2 years into this thing, and I'm still meeting at expectations of a 1.5 years before COVID. I'm still on target for what I was hoping to do. So it's fun. It's cool. I've got a really good manager running my company with me now. Her 1-year anniversary is tomorrow of being here.
Nice. Congratulations.
Yeah, I will be serious. In the year prior to having her, I had 16 employees, and I've had her for a year. And we're putting out more than those 16 people along with me did, because they'd each work 3 weeks and then leave. And I just got a new batch of paperwork from the Department of something yesterday related to an employee that I fired a year ago. Still, and he worked 6 days. He's worked 6 partial days, and I'm still filling out paperwork for him. So I know it sort of sounds like I'm griping, but I'm still really happy because business is good, and I've survived this far through COVID with the business. And my company's 12 years old, but I've sort of rebooted it 3 times, and it's at the best it's ever been. So that said, I'm grateful to be here with you guys, and thank you for having me.
We're grateful for you. Time to get to the show. One quick swap. Boom. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. I am excited to have Per here. He is an awesome, good dude. Sean in the comments says, good evening, fine gentlemen. Good evening, Sean. Good to see you as always. Marcy down there says, howdy, dudes. Marcy, what's going on?
What's up, Marcy?
Marcy, we need an updated photo of the puppy so we can compare him to Murph. That's, I don't know how to get that to us, but we need to figure out how, because I want to see updated picture of Dobby. Right? Did I say that wrong?
Yeah.
No,
Dobby. You're good.
Dobby, the cute little puppers. Speaking of which, how much is Murph weighing now, G-Dubs?
We don't know. The official weigh-in date got moved to tomorrow.
Oh, okay. So next week we'll be up with a fresh update on how big Murph has gotten.
My guess is he gained probably a pound. So he's probably at 4.5 pounds.
Oh, Marcy said, okay. She said Jackson. Oh, is it Jackson the name of the puppy? I'm sorry. I just assumed. Skidmore says, what's up, guys? What's up, Skidmore? Good to see you, sir. And let's get into the first topic of the night. First off, let's check up with Per and see how the food industry is doing. He kind of laid that down. I'll second that the fish industry has been absolutely nuts. Oh, Murph joins us.
Yes. Sorry. He's distracting. Carry on.
No, I get distracted when you show a beautiful wiener. And he's definitely growing every time.
Yeah.
He must be proud.
I am. He's a grower, not a shower.
I don't know if I've asked you, Per, are you a dogs or a cats guy? Or neither?
I'm both.
Okay.
I'm both, definitely. I have my dog Gwen is a Burger P car, and she travels a good 300 to 500 miles a week with me.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep. And then I had a 24-year-old cat that passed away at Thanksgiving, and I sort of got her doppelganger showed up in the same cage at the same rescue league a month after. So I've had a new kitten since then.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Kitten. I would love a dog. We don't have space. We don't have the yard, but we do have a beautiful house cat, the ferocious tiger named Dabs. And I love that thing. Anyways, but yeah, fish industry, super weird. Lobster still hasn't come down. Like it's skyrocketed. It's still pretty damn high. Farm raised Faroe Islands went up a crazy amount. Has finally come back down just a little bit. And I mean, not a whole lot. It did come down like another $2. It went up right around Easter, is what I noticed. It was like there was like a $4 price hike, and it's come down $2. And then everything's been super pricey. Soft shell crabs are through the roof. I think those are going for like $8.49 a piece right now. Retail.
Especially get crabs for free.
Exactly. And especially like down south, like people have their own little private things where they like the crabs crawl in and they like molting, which I didn't know. Soft shell crawdads are a thing. I didn't realize that like soft shell crawfish are a delicacy. Have you ever seen that, Per?
It's shedding season, same as lobsters.
Yeah, I didn't know, but people they capture the soft shell crawfish and you can cook them whole, just like a soft shell crab, which is fascinating because I had no idea. And I only learned that because some reason this like redneck dude from Louisiana came across my YouTube feed one day, and it was a video about washing crawfish before you cook them. I was like, oh, it's seafood related. I'll watch it. And the dude's just like totally funny, and like he's fun to listen to and watch these like random cooking videos of all this like real Southern shit, like mostly crawfish. But he does see him do some soft shells. He did a snapping turtle at one point, and it's like cooks all this crazy Southern fried stuff. It's fun to watch. Oh, that's awesome. Marcy said, let them eat crab cakes. Crab is another one. That market is through the roof. I don't know if you've, yeah.
I bailed. I bailed on crab about a year ago.
Yep. And it's still gone up since then. Crab has like almost 2.5 times the price that it was right before COVID. Like a can that used to be like $20 is now $50. Like a 1 pound. Yeah. Nuts. Skimoro said, got a lot of catfish farms not too far up the road, but got Cape Fear River too, if you don't care about Gen X chemicals. Catfish farm. I love me some catfish. Not gonna lie. That's like one of those.
Noodling.
I've always wanted to, but I'm scared. And my wife really wants me to, and she really wants to at some point, which makes me feel like even less of a man, that I'm the one that's like, I don't know if I really want to stick my hand in the catfish's mouth, man. They get really big. Not to mention, snapping turtles scare the shit out of me. Like, I need my digits. I like them. I need them for work. I need them for play. I need them for magic. I need my fingers. So, yeah, that kind of stuff makes me nervous.
Well, see, if you lose a finger to like a snapping turtle, just get a prosthetic one to make it part of your trick. Be like, I can make my finger disappear. Ha ha!
Oh, that would be good. Could actually do that trick and like throw it across the room and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be pretty wild.
Alakazam! Ha ha!
Then you have a middle. Sorry.
Oh, no, I was just going to say my brain was digging into seafood again. And have you noticed the oyster deal?
Yeah, oysters. A lot of them are just unavailable. A lot of them have gone up.
Yeah,
every once in a while you get really crazy, weird pricing on stuff that makes you wonder what the hell's going on.
Yeah, the unavailability in oysters, I've heard, was another. The farmers did not plant seed a year and a half ago.
Yeah,
because the market was so dead, they didn't see the future in setting out.
Which seems weird because like most oysters I see have like a 2 to 5 year. You know what I mean? It doesn't seem like it should be here yet. Like, don't get me wrong, a lot of things that have come down the pipeline since COVID felt like they took almost too long for some reason to have an effect. Some things were really fast. Toilet paper, all that, before the chain got caught up. But now it seems like there's things that are like, seems like they should have gotten worse beforehand that are now getting bad. Like formula, fuel, stuff like that. But yeah, it's weird. I forgot where I was going with that. It's weird that one came in so early because I expected it to be in another year. You know what I mean? Because that's when like the growth time of an oyster seems like it would have made sense.
Oh no, you're right. It's the timing seems off because supposedly a year ago they didn't seed,
which means it should affect us in like another a year and a half to 2 if it takes 2.5 to 5 years to grow an oyster. So
and scallops, scallops became basically unavailable, and that was
or really expensive, and that was because of like limiting, right?
Yeah, they closed like 60% of the beds, something like that, got closed for a season.
And then what was the other one that got weird? Yeah, scallops got really pricey. Haven't made any movement at all. Still high because of the limited availability if you can find them. What was the other one? There was another one that was just weird. We're supposed to have like the craziest part about this. Alaska's supposed to have the best salmon season that it's ever had because they've been really, really good at the conservation end and making sure populations stay up. And they're supposed to be able to have a bunker harvest like amount that they can take this year. So that's supposed to be really great, but it's like, but with shipping from Alaska now, it's like it almost defeated the ease and availability because shipping is going to be so damn expensive.
Yeah, it's just going to be a wash.
Yeah, which is unfortunate because it would have been really nice to see reasonably priced king salmon for once in my life.
Yeah.
That would have been nice. Scamorro's had a lot of shrimp farms around here that are run by old tobacco farmers. There's a shrimp farm in Vermont.
Yeah,
Really?
out on the way to Middlebury. Yeah, I think it was a huge poultry farm at one point.
Huh.
It's a big tank farm.
Yep.
It's kind of cool. I think it's in Fairfax, maybe.
Yeah, something like that. I looked it up a while ago because I was like, that'd be really cool to have farm or Vermont shrimp. And it surprised me. Apparently, I don't know if the crawfish farm is still. There used to be one of those near Rutland too.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Okay.
I don't pay attention to that hippy dippy shit.
Like farming food, making sure people are like fed, and
Yeah.
they don't run out of food because
Who cares about shit like that?
yeah.
I have to say, and I might be off because I don't use it really as a product here, but I haven't seen shrimp change much at all during the whole pandemic.
It's gone up comparatively since 2019, early 2020, like before most people knew about COVID. It's gone up like a retail around our area is like $4 a pound. It went from like 16 to 20. But there was two distinct jumps. One was right after like March and April 2020. And then the other distinct jump happened right around when like things started to open back up in the Northeast. It jumped again because I think demand went back up because the restaurants were looking for it again, or at least which restaurants were left were looking for it again. So there was more demand on stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, seafood's been all over the place. It's a weird market normally.
Makes me glad that I'm allergic to it, so I don't really pay attention to it.
And I don't have to worry about it. No, it's been crazy. There's been some crazy prices on stuff. And, I mean, soft shell crabs should be like free. They're like $8 a piece. No, it should be like $3. But oh well. Let's get in the first topic of the night. How the drunk is this news? Vermont says goodbye to the COVID dashboard. G-Dubs, have you ever looked at the COVID dashboard?
No, because I don't want the government telling me how to run my life.
Fierce. Perry, I'm sure you've seen it at least once.
I honestly, I was on the road 365 days a year.
Oh,
2 years of COVID. I wanted to watch the dashboard every day and know where it was hot. So it was important for me to have it available.
That's fair. I say Vermont says goodbye to COVID dashboard. It's WCAX, where we have a picture of a little girl wearing a mask outside where no one else is. Many Vermonters over the past 2 years have relied on the state's COVID dashboard for daily updates and reported cases, hospitalizations, and other statistics. Department as of Wednesday, this was last Wednesday. I just realized my name is across GW's face. It was a really good look for you. I guess I might have to change this overlay up a little bit and put the names in the corners again. Oh well. I tried, damn it. I tried. Vermont has spent the last 2 years managing the ups and downs from the pandemic. Many have come to terms with the fact that COVID is here to stay. I noticed that no one pretty much wears masks anymore, and that does make me nervous. I had a mask on when I went in the store, said Kim Pease of Shelburne. Foley vax, 2 boosters and everything. I feel like I've done everything I can do, Tom said from Charlotte. It's just like a really weird quote to include that didn't add anything to the story. You know what I mean? Just like some guy that's like, I'm all in, baby. I feel like I did it all.
What do you need me to say? I'll say it. I'm fully vaccinated, 2 boosters and everything. I feel like I've done everything I could.
Like, that really added to the story. Thank you, WCX, for this fine piece of journalism. As Vermonters continue to navigate COVID, the state is making some changes in how it shares COVID data. Instead of daily updates, the health department is moving to a weekly surveillance report. Which makes it sound like it's a nefarious actor. Like, we're keeping tabs on COVID. We're not monitoring it directly, but, you know, we're watching its cell phone data. State epidemiologist Patsy Kelso says the main reason for the shift, there's so many people doing at-home testing and not sharing the results with the state, which is actually a pretty good point. We're trying to shift people towards better metrics now, given the situation really gives us insight into what's happening with the virus in Vermont. So the COVID environment doesn't change much day to day, but despite changing case counts, that a weekly update could allow Vermonters to make more informed decisions. Another change in the state's pandemic management is the closing of state-run COVID testing clinics by the end of June. If you're symptomatic, we want people to talk to their healthcare providers about whether they need a test, where to get one, whether it's coming into that provider practice or going to a pharmacy where testing's still widely available, or just doing an at-home test. But yeah, they're shutting it down, which I think is a good sign. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out in the long run, I suppose.
It's always threatened to change the name of the show. God damn it.
Yep. But as we see in all these news articles, it doesn't look like anything's really going to change. Because every time I flip on the news, they were like, hey, we got a new disease you need to be worried about. Because COVID worked really well for our advertising money. Check news at 11. Like, thanks, guys.
Hey, we got to look out for monkeypox. That could be a whole another quarantine.
That's the new one. Yeah, there's some interesting articles about that I couldn't talk about on the show, so I didn't pull it up. We could have talked about it on the after show, though, I guess. Yeah, Dobby says, it's monkeypox now. Yeah, it was going to be avian flu for a minute. There was like 3 people that got it, actually, from the birds. And that's actually an issue more with the food supply chain than it is with people, is that I'm having a hard time getting duck products from certain purveyors because they're having issues with avian flu, which is scary. Sean said, oh, I love Sean's conspiracy ones. You need to frame your mind around the idea that our current leaders are foreign invading army. Their tactics, propaganda, and strategic. One should always be skeptical. I agree. I compare it to WWE. That's my my modern assessment on politics, is that you've got the baby faces and the heels, and they hate each other on screen. That's for sure. They talk a lot of shit about each other when the cameras are involved, but then it goes off screen and they hop on the same bus and stay at the same hotels and ride to the next venue with each other.
I'd have to disagree slightly. I don't think it's the baby faces versus the heels. I think it's just heels versus heels.
That's fair. Well, it's like baby faces nobody likes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's the deal with both parties, I think, is like they're both trying to be like, you should like us. And like, no, I think you're all scumbags. But yeah. No, I guess that's fair. It's not really, there's no baby face or heel. And not saying it's quite as simple as that, but that seems to be a good and then you've got the World Economic Forum in the background is like the Vince McMahon actually calling the shots, telling them what to do. Probably shouldn't talk about that too much because I don't want to go missing. Skidmore shared one that I can't say out loud. Sean says, I'm inventing monkeypox free boxers and briefs. The catch is they will smell like bananas. That's a great idea. I wouldn't mind some banana scented underwear. What do you think?
No.
No?
I hate the artificial banana flavor.
No. It reminds me of flavored condoms.
Yeah.
So I don't mind it. You know, it'd be okay, I guess, if my pants smelled like that most of the time.
I prefer the grape flavored condoms.
Oh,
well, you guys have like gone on a real downhill slide, and
it happens, Pear.
Sorry, Pear.
It definitely happens on the show. Skimoro said, when's China working on the monkeypox PCR test? The funny part about that is that the U.S. government actually ordered like 15 million monkeypox vaccines in 2019 because they had just come up with a new variation of it that can be freeze dried and stored for like quite a while. Yeah, that was just like an interesting side note. I don't think it had anything to do with it. It was just interesting that just before COVID, we ordered a bunch of vaccines for something, and then just after COVID, it popped its head up in the news.
I was gonna say you're you're setting yourself up for a new like conspiracy to start showing up.
Yeah, I mean it's probably already out there for GW. If you taste my underwear, you will be assured they are authentic, says Sean. Excellent. Dobby said, "Ew, fake banana," or banana, and then she corrected with banana. All right, anyways, we're going to move into the next one. Before this goes downhill anymore, Walmart apologizes for attempting to launch a Juneteenth celebration ice cream because nothing sounds like ending slavery more than ice cream. Here we go. Walmart just responded to the backlash over its Juneteenth ice cream, and here you can see the beautiful looking Great Value Celebration Edition Juneteenth ice cream. They say, first off, the first article doesn't really say anything except there's news fatigue and 24 hour news cycle doesn't work to anybody's advantage, really. They said the June 19th holiday originated in 1865 in response to the abolition of slavery in the U.S., became a federal holiday in 2021. It's particularly the freeing of the last slaves in Texas, I believe. Judging from Walmart's statement to CNN, it appears that the ice cream launch was intended to demonstrate support for the black community. Nevertheless, many on Twitter saw this product launch as an inappropriate exploitation of Juneteenth for commercial purposes and adding insult to injury in a way that failed to endorse Juneteenth's values. So did others on various social platforms. Well, thanks to the 24-hour news cycle Walmart heard, and Walmart has now responded. Walmart has apologized for selling its Juneteenth ice cream flavor.
Did they misspell flavor?
Falver. Yeah, and this is from Mashed. Well done, editors over at Mashed. You guys are killing it. Thank you for noticing. Ooh, there's some good flavors here. Aunt Poonie's caramel pound cake. That sounds like a porn.
Slap your mama banana pudding.
Yeah. Grandma
I feel
something
racist
sweet
just
potato.
saying these out loud.
Yeah, these are amazing. This is Creamalicious, so this is a black-owned ice cream brand they're pushing there because obviously it matters what skin color the people that make things are. Walmart wasted no time. Oh, there we go. Walmart wasted no time in responding to the backlash over its Juneteenth ice cream, which many characterize as a white-owned corporate behemoth's distasteful attempt to capitalize on the holiday. Is Walmart still privately owned? No, it's public, right?
No, it's private.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's impressive. Juneteenth holiday marks a celebration of freedom and independence, a Walmart spokesperson acknowledged in a statement. However, we received feedback that a few items caused concern for some of our customers, and we sincerely apologize. We're reviewing our assortment and will remove items as appropriate. By assortment, Walmart is referring to a line of disposable party goods. The name check the holiday and utilize the same green, red, and black design seen on the Juneteenth ice cream that's generally understood to alignment with African people. Nevertheless, Walmart's failure to collaborate with black-owned businesses, not to mention black minds in general, didn't go unnoticed. Another Twitter user put it, addressing Walmart directly and seemingly on behalf of other like-minded black Americans, leave us alone. If you can't just promote black-owned businesses for this holiday, don't even worry about it. They're not trying to worry about it, dumbass. They're trying to capitalize on it. There's a big difference. Whether Walmart's statement will soothe the nerves of those the company offended remains to be seen. For the moment, Black Twitter seems... Black Twitter? Really?
Yeah.
I guess that's a thing. Seems unimpressed, particularly since Walmart hasn't yet addressed accusations on social media that its idea for the ice cream's red velvet and cheesecake flavor may have come directly from black-owned business brand Creamalicious, without appropriate credit haven't been given. So they tried to steal flavors too. Wild.
I want to give Walmart credit though, because the flavor choice could have been a lot worse for Juneteenth.
Yeah, what was the flavor choice?
It was
red velvet and cheesecake.
Yeah.
instead of malt liquor.
I was going to leave that up to the imagination, but yeah, they could have had like a watermelon sorbet.
Yeah. With crispy fried chicken chunks. That would have been really sensitive.
There's so many things that they could have done that would have been way more racist.
Yeah, collard greens and sweet tea ice cream. That would have been.
What was the flavor?
Collard greens and sweet tea. You know, you're just trying to make a healthy ice cream pair. You know, you got to appeal to the health nuts.
I had my recipe book out. I just didn't get the note written quick enough.
I'm telling you, man, it's going to be hotter than those green tea mochi things. Skidmoro said, I was waiting on my Juneteenth ice cream treat. Guess I got to eat regular ice cream now. He also said Aunt Poonie would be disappointed. Poor Aunt Poonie and her magic tart of something. I'm afraid I'm going to have to cancel Christmas due to the fact that I've been profiting on the birth and murder of Jesus Christ my whole life. I apologize. Oh, thank you, Sean. Too good. Oh, he says moon pie sherbet. Oh man. I'd enjoy that with a nice RC Cola.
That sounds like a bad indie band. Moon pie sherbet.
Moon pie sherbet. Poonie's caramel pound cake.
No,
Blissfully Southern. Yeah, I'm torn. I want to try some of this ice cream now. The question is, I wanted to put it, would anybody be pissed off that Ben and Jerry's was doing this?
No, here's why. Because Ben and Jerry's would have been like, we're donating 2% of all of our proceeds to
You're right.
businesses.
We're trying to donate 2% of profits, which is actually like, profit on this product's 5%. So we give you 2% of the 5%. You're actually getting like 0.06% of the actual money raised off the ice cream. But no, I which makes me laugh because like Ben and Jerry's is owned by Unilever, another big ass giant corporate machine that also owns Dove body soap, which is no reason why you see fat people in body soap commercials now. And so they can sell body soap and ice cream.
Are you feeling down on yourself because your skin's so dry? Well, try Dove, and if that doesn't work, Ben and Jerry's.
That's right. All that extra fat will get you smooth in no time.
Fat don't crack, baby.
Fat don't crack. Yeah, I don't know why they would try yet. It seems like a thing. Like Juneteenth is fresh. Less than a year. It's been a federal holiday. Let's be honest, not many people knew about it before 3 years ago. And I'm going to say that like it's, they should have waited. They should have let it. If there's anything about holidays in America, this bitch will commercialize itself. So you just gotta wait till the machine starts moving it organically, and then Walmart can hop in. But I think they jumped the shark. They went too early. They should have waited like 3 or 4 years until every mom and pop shop has a Juneteenth cake on sale, and then they would have been like, oh, what everybody else is doing it. I just think I think the people at Walmart were a little overzealous on this one.
I think that they should have, I don't know, started off with like the Gay Pride Month ice cream flavor.
Yeah, that would have been a slow work in. Well, because Kellogg's did that one, right? Oh, they did a cereal with edible glitter in it because, of course, all LGBTQ people like their cereal bowl looking like they just got home from a strip club. I don't know why it's got glitter in it.
Screw the cereal bowl. Imagine the toilet bowl. Look like a glitter bomb go off.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I would be so scared. Like, what's wrong with me?
It's like, I don't know if you ever remember this when you were younger, but like getting drunk off a Goldschlager and waking up in the morning and like with the diarrheas and like going to the bathroom and being like, why is it shiny?
Why are there gold flakes? Sean said, the fatter you are, the more soap you're going to consume. It's a win-win. I'm telling you. That's why we got a fat promotion in Unilever brands right now. Is that after they bought Ben and Jerry's, they started getting real on board with the body positivity movement, which isn't really body positive. It's more like we don't care how much people eat, buy our stuff. Scanmoro said crack-olicious or chunky chocolate. Oh, I like this. Sean said a mystery flavored ice cream called Oh No You Didn't. That would be fun. I like mystery flavored stuff.
I don't.
No?
I also don't like the game, hey, smell this.
That's fair. Me neither. No one, but that's evil, especially as a dude.
Yeah, Jess tries playing that game to me all the time, being like, hey, can you smell this? I'm like, no. I'm not going to, no. And she's like, what's wrong? Don't you trust me? And I'm like, no, I don't. I don't trust you.
Well, breaking news, everybody. I'm just learning that girls play that game too. I wasn't aware. Maybe it's just that I say fuck no so fast to my wife every time that she just doesn't ask anymore. Because anytime anybody asks you to smell something, it's never good. It's not like, yo, man, you got to smell this fire prime rib I just pulled out. Or, hey, you gotta smell this side of salmon I just smoked. It smells awesome.
Check out this blueberry lemon muffin that I just baked.
Yeah, it's usually like, hey, I ran over something and my tire smells like dead raccoon. You want to get a whiff of this? Or this milk is 3 weeks past date. You think it's still good?
Well, and the thing that always happens with the sniff this is it gets on the end of your nose and then it's never coming off.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you got to wash. That's why the prominence of hand sanitizer has been so good. Is you get a little bit of that, you just go around the inside of each nostril, you're good. Like it kills the bad sense right away. It's it's like the doctors that put the eucalyptus in their masks so they can't smell the patient. Or what's the other one? Vapor rub. There we go. Anyways, let's move into the last topic of the main show. After talking about Walmart and their shitty planning, the bad news is our timeline sucks. The good news is we won't survive the next Pangea. We got this from Popular Mechanics. Earth will become one big supercontinent again, and it will probably kill us. So that's there's
we have that going for us.
There's good news. Earth will become one big supercontinent. Geoscientists say Earth will be home to one massive supercontinent about 200 million years from now. There are 4 prominent versions of this megacontinent. The climate might be surprisingly balmy in one of the most popular versions, or it might have a potential for an ice age, which is basically saying we have no idea what it's going to do. So we'll say both things and we can't be wrong. In the off chance that a post-human species... Oh, good evening, Collen. We're just talking about the end of the world here. We got a story. Earth will be one big supercontinent again, and it will probably kill us.
That's great.
That in about 200 million years, there'll be a megacontinent. There's four different versions. It could be really hot, or it could be really cold. We won't know yet, probably until we get there. They say in the off chance that a post-human species survives, they might have to be in a state of equilibrium with the natural ecosystem, which sounds like that's normal. Pangea, the humongous landmass that joined together all 7 continents into one massive continent during Earth's prehistoric past, broke apart around 200 million years ago. In a fascinating twist of terrestrial evolution, it turns out that we're about 200 million years away from the formation of a new Pangea, scientists say. There are 4 prevailing versions of how the supercontinent will evolve, according to a research article published in Geological Magazine in 2018, and they're just reporting about it now. But yeah, so that's good news, I think. At least we have a plan for the end.
Donald Trump already has a slogan, make Pangea great again.
That's right. We'll probably have to nuke a few hurricanes to get there. But,
well, for the most part, a giant continent, that means the majority of them aren't going to have hurricanes.
That's true.
That's actually a good point. And it's going to be a lot easier to travel.
Yeah.
And we could be environmentally friendly and just get trains set
Imagine
up,
that,
it would
like,
all be one big continent.
we connect to the Euro rail, and like the Euro rail just comes into the American part of Pangea and instantly starts traveling at half the speed.
That'd be awesome. Okay, we got a few comments. I got to pre-screen some. Sorry. Sean said the Chinese kung fu flu has taken me out of the sniffing game altogether. There are benefits to not smelling. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that you lost your sense of smell, Sean. From what I hear, it might come back. Who fucking knows? Because we don't know. I just saw
We'll
an
be
article.
checking in with you, Sean, as a long COVID patient, gathering our own data and analytics.
That's right. Because I keep seeing an article came out the other day. It was like 1 in 4 people will suffer from long COVID.
Yeah, New York Times said that 1 in 5, I think, was like long COVID effects or something.
And then you read through the study, and they're like, but we collected no data on all these other points, like gender, age, vaccine status, how many times they had COVID, like all this really important data that you might want to know to see where you are on the risk scale. Yeah, we didn't collect any of that, but we know that 1 in 5 people. No other information like health status, other things that were going on. Were they diabetic? Did they experience head trauma? Yeah, none of that data got collected. Like, good job, guys. Good way at figuring out how to collect just enough data to scare the shit out of people without actually reporting anything useful. Thanks, Dix. That seems par for the course nowadays. Sean said, yeah, Mark Zuckerberg has already bought the rights to the name Metal and. I don't get that. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, half the population will be I don't know what that is either. Can I say that?
Morlock from the Time Machine. They eat the Eloy. Dude, they made it into a movie.
What? The hot tub time machine?
No, the Time Machine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have no idea. I'm way out of my depths now.
Yeah, I can't remember who was in it, but yeah, like 20 years ago. It's the movie. Check it out.
Sean, I'm sorry. Sorry to be bad at knowing cultural references.
I got it. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, that's why we have a diverse panel on the show. Is because between all three of us, one of us generally knows what the hell's going on. And then our guest is just caught in the crossfire. And
I know the movie really well.
Okay.
So that's why I didn't say anything, because it really dates me.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to put you on the spot like that.
It's fine.
Sean said, thank you, GW. Everyone else thinks I'm crazy. No, Pear doesn't think you're crazy either. He knows what you're talking about.
The Time Machine actually looked like a Florida fan boat.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got it? Remember that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Was this like inspired by Back to the Future? Was there a...
This was the same writer, though, because it was Jules Verne wrote the Time Machine.
Yes.
Right.
And Jules Verne is highly referenced in Back to the Future as kind of in an homage to the Time Machine, but also his writing is in the third film they reference what was his book about space travel?
World of Worlds.
No, it was
that was Wilson.
from something to the moon, from Earth to the moon.
Okay.
Something like that. At any rate, Jules Verne.
Okay, I didn't know that. See, I learn stuff on the show all the time.
20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and then it was like From Earth to the Moon, I think was his book.
I'm sorry, but all I can think is Sean Connery when you say...
Can anybody out there fact check what Jules Verne was about space travel? But, hey, Jules Verne's 2 out of 3 so far, because he talked about 20,000 Leagues and we made the submarine, and he talked about the rocket ship and we built the rocket ship, and he talked about a time machine. So maybe, like Kier said, maybe we just drive a massive fan boat into the future. Who knows?
Well,
awesome.
I like the theory that there's a ton of time travelers out there because people have discovered it but didn't realize that the Earth is going to be in a different place depending on the time that they set. So like with it
okay.
being on like December 17th, 1950 is going to be on a different date than they are currently. So like instead of like landing exactly where they are, they go from where they are to like a spot in like in space and die.
Yeah, that would make
Their
total
bodies
sense.
just littering.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Sean said 1899, but was released in 1900. He said the James Webb Telescope is a time machine from one perspective.
From Earth to the Moon is the book.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
But he describes like a rocket ship in great accuracy, and he described the submarine with the self-leveling ballasts that take on water with incredible accuracy, which submarines ended up taking on. So a lot of his writing, it kind of inspired like real ship.
Yeah, that's wild. That's cool.
If you guys had a time machine, where would you go?
I would go back to every single time that I was supposed to get laid and didn't.
Coach myself through it.
Very good. I like that. There's a couple moments I would like to revisit myself.
Perry, you got one?
I've been working on that.
On the time machine?
Yeah.
Nice.
No, I've been working on where I would want to go traveling in time. And all I can say is if you guys give yourself another like 20, 25 years, it's going to take you this long to come up with an answer as well.
Skidmore said safety not guaranteed. Time travel with Aubrey Plaza. Fan boat time machine, a movie. Safety not guaranteed. In the year 2525, just to see if man is still alive. Oh, good reference, Sean. I got that one. I used to listen to a lot of oldies radio growing up. I could go anywhere. Good Lord, there's so many good ones. Like I'd go back to the filming of the Max Headroom Incident just so I could know who did it. That one's really been eaten. I mean, I don't know if you guys know about that. It was like in the 80s where somebody hacked a bunch of news stations and dressed up as Max Headroom, who was the cyborg character from back in the day. What else? Good Lord, there's too many good ones.
I mean, I have two in particular that I would like to see. Number one, the United States of America pre the white man. I think that would be very cool to see.
Fascinating.
Before it was ever touched, you know what I mean? Like maybe say early 1400s America, late 1300s America. The other time, any time in Egyptian history, like say 3,000 years ago, it'd be cool to go to ancient Egypt and actually see what like the Giza Plateau looked like in its heyday.
So I'm assuming with this time machine you'd be able to travel back instantly because both of those places would be really, really dangerous as a white dude from 2022. Like, can you imagine if you just showed up
No. I would be
in ancient Egypt and they were like,
I would be.
Yeah, it would either.
I would be El Blanco.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly.
Either praise you or fillet you, one or the other. And
I would come out and I would be like, "Behold, I know the best smoked fish ingredients from the future."
I learned this ancient technique from the 1900s, which is 500 years in the future.
Yeah, I'm going back 3,000 years, and I'm like, I bring you dip, and they feel like, holy shit.
This is fucking amazing.
And the fallout would be they'd all starve to death because they'd be like, they get that one thing that's so tasty that everything else just tastes like garbage.
Like, where the fuck do I get salmon from? I'm like, I know a place. It's halfway around the world, but
yeah, they don't live here actually.
Yeah, but we're gonna import them. Speaking of which, I never did. Did you know bacala? My grandfather used to call me bacala, and and my grandfather was Italian. I would say bacala, bacala. I always thought he was saying buckle up. I never knew what the hell it was. But bacala, then they said was salted cod. And I said, that makes no sense because there's no cod in Italy, right? But the cod was all imported. And it was all caught in like Norway and brought in and then sold in Italy. I just learned that.
Conspicuously close to baklava.
Yeah, that's what.
The sweet treat, as well as balaclava, which is the thing you wear when you're robbing a bank. Not that I've had experience with that, but I've thought about it. If I had a time machine,
or a Bella Lonca.
One of the places I could go if I could guarantee my safety is I go back and watch that the LA bank robbery shootout with the two guys in armor. I just watched a documentary on that the other day, and I'd go back and see shit like that in person because that's like the most action movie like thing you'll ever see in real life.
Hickory shows up in the time machine to the most historic bank heist of all time. Just eating popcorn, like, oh, I love this part. Watch this. He shoots these three guys in the face before taking everything from the vault.
Class. It was actually the longest gunfight that nobody died in, other than the two who were doing the heist. So it's one of those interesting ones because while a lot of people were injured and shot, the only two that died were the actual robbers.
Were they shot by cops?
Yep. So what happened is this was back in the early 90s, and LA was experiencing a bank robbery like 3 or 4 a day. Like logistically, if you worked for a year in the late 80s to early 90s in LA, you got robbed at least twice statistically. Because people were just robbing banks left and right. They always had a bunch of cash on hand. There wasn't very good security. LA police were overwhelmed. Crime was through the roof. And what happened is 2 dudes who were lifelong criminals who had multiple felonies teamed up, got a bunch of weapons, illegally modified some, dressed up in full armor. Like we're talking not just like a chest plate, like not just a bulletproof
coming in
vest.
looking like a transformer.
Oh, full on plates strapped around their arms and their legs, like looked like big ass Ninja Turtles with masks on. And they each had like 2 weapons and mags, handguns, the whole deal. And they had done like 5 or 6 banks successfully. When what they would do is one would walk in, shoot a couple rounds with an AK into the ceiling, tell everybody to get on the floor. He'd run crowd control while the other guy ran in the back, shot the lock on the door, kicked it in, made the manager dump the money in a duffel bag. They get the hell out of there. And they had done like 5 or 6. And so they finally go to one, and right as they're about to enter, fully decked out in armor from head to toe, a cop car drives by the bank at the same time. They're both walking in full ski masks with rifles over their shoulders and the whole deal. And they went in, did the bullets in the ceiling thing, had the guy go back. The other guy went out front, realized the cops were staged up, and when they went back outside, it turned into a full-on gunfight. The cops in LA couldn't do shit because they weren't allowed to carry long guns at the time. They only were allowed to carry handguns. And they shot a huge amount of rounds at these 2 dudes. Quite a few landed, but it doesn't, like, handgun rounds don't do shit to plate armor. Because plate armor is designed to stop rifle rounds. And yeah, so there was basically a gunfight between 2 guys with long guns with a bunch of cops with handguns, and it went on for like upwards of an hour.
Wow.
And they made it back to the vehicle where they reloaded, switched weapons, started to drive. All the tires were popped, the windows were out, and they were still just like trying to get away. And yeah, eventually. But yeah, it's one of those like crazy fucking.
That's crazy.
It happened in fucking downtown LA. Within our lifetimes.
It's funny because
like
it's like a bank.
80s,
It's like you think about like robbing a bank. It's like, the Gap has jeans. Radio Shack has radios or whatever, and the bank has money. You know what I mean? Like these guys go to the bank and they're like, "Don't bullshit me. Get a fucking duffel bag and fill that fucking thing full of money. Wherever you have it, go get it." And it's crazy. I mean, think about how much has been robbed. They probably factor that into the some type of fancy equation. You know what I mean?
Well, it seems like a bank robbery is like next to impossible to actually like get away with.
But not as much as you'd think. It's
true. But cameras and stuff are so proficient now that, like, if you're not immaculate, in your cover and the vehicle and like everything.
Well, the one thing that is on the rise in New York, which is crazy, is just the old school, nobody moves, nobody gets hurt, empty the drawer kind of thing. Yep. And that kind of seemed like you didn't see that much, but people are going into delis and doing that more. And I wouldn't be surprised if the same was happening in banks, because I don't know.
Okay. Last couple comments. Sean said, well, what about when Atlantis was parked off the East Coast? They may have had some timeshare properties in the Smoky Mountains. Atlantis would be a cool historical thing to go to if you could figure out what date and time you needed to be there. Jason said your time machine would be to go back to being an island boy.
I'm an island boy.
Yeah. G-Dubs. Colin and I would go back the day before that took off. And
can you imagine all three of us with our hair dyed out? Absolutely. Island boys.
It'd be so bad. I'd be so happy to be doing cameos for money right now. Anyways, that's all we got on this part of the show. We're going to get over into the after show, guys. Thank you for joining us. We will see you over there. Please check out Pear. What's the website, Pear?
Pear Smoked.
Pear Smoked. Go check it out. Order some fish. Order some smoked fish. It's delicious. And if you're not into fish, the smoked garlic dip is hands down like one of the most delicious things I eat on the regular. And I absolutely love it. It goes really, really well on a sandwich. Use it as a spread. It's awesome. Yep. With some caramelized onions and some chicken and a little bit of cheddar and a smoked garlic dip. Yeah, I'm in. Anyways, check out GW Foley at Foley Kills. And check out Colin at Collen D and Woolen Comedy Club. We'll be there this Saturday with Katniss Everqueer, Ginger O'Lolly, myself, and the two boys. Maybe some special guests. We don't know. Could get out of hand. But we'll see you guys next week. We'll have Alice Sterling on. That's going to be fun. She's going to talk about art and her upcoming art show. And we'll see you then. If you want to see us in a little bit, we'll see you guys over on Rumble. Anything else to say before we get on over to the after show, guys?
I'm going to piss my pants.
Okay.
And while GW's peeing pants, I'd just like to plug, we got a great show this weekend at the Woolen Comedy Club, 8 p.m., where you can see some of Vermont's finest talents.
It's like the Drunken Under Quarantine show live, but with less talk show and more
sexiness.
More sexiness. It basically resembles what Hickory wishes he was. Anyways, we'll see you then, folks. Until then, stay drunk, stay underwhelming, and most importantly, come out and see the show. It's going to be awesome. We'll see you then. Cheers. See you over on Rumble.
Are you saying you want to show me your tits? This is a weird show.